Absolutely.
What they say? What they say? You gotta show up. They say you gotta show up to go up.
I gotta, I gotta show up to go up, huh? That's for. I gotta show up to go up.
That's a testimony. You said I had a hard day, and guess what? I'm still here today on the CDL. Let's make sure we got some questions today, guys. And remember, keep the questions small business, CDLP. Just make it so that it's something that we can talk about that associates with CDLP.
Yeah. Okay.
Some way, somehow. And if it's a recruiting question, it needs to be recruiting a CDL driver.
Well, what about business people too?
uh, let me see. Make sure YouTube is running. So happy holidays to everybody. I hope y'all enjoyed y'all's Thanksgiving. Enjoyed y'all's families.
Yes, happy holidays.
Happy
How's
holidays.
everybody?
Holidays.
What's that?
I said happy holidays. Happy holidays.
Yes.
Happy holiday.
How's everybody this evening?
Bless.
Same here.
I'm doing
I'm
excellent.
on my phone right now, and I'm going to switch over to the computer because the computer was acting funny. But we'll see what happens when I switch over, and I'll see you guys in a few minutes.
See us on the other side.
Yeah.
I'm
See you
sorry.
on the other side.
Yes. On the flip side.
All right, guys, 60 seconds. We're gonna start our introductions, then we're gonna start taking some questions, start answering some questions. Please use the electronic hand raiser. If you don't know how to use that, just make sure your camera on and wave to us so that we know you got a question. The electronic hand raiser is so much easier because it puts you right at the top, and then we can unmute you or we can put you in the center with us when you raise your electronic hand. So that's much better if you do it that way. So just a little, just a quick tip so y'all know. Raise your electronic hand if you have any questions concerning CDLP.
I don't see my electronic hand.
Um, Dan, I'm not sure why you don't hear anything, but we hear each other, so it might be something with your system. So I don't know what you're on, what kind of device you're on,
I
Wilma,
know.
but there's there should be a little more. It depends on what kind of device you want to do. It should be
It's
a
not.
more sign or let me see.
Reaction.
It's in reaction.
Thank you, Jackie.
It's in reaction.
Reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't see it on mine because I didn't have my screen full screen. Okay, yeah, I see it now. Yeah, reaction, and then just hit the hand raise, and it'll get that up and going for you. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started with our introduction, and then we will take some questions. So we're gonna talk about some things that we don't have now. So that's how that's gonna go. I'm turning over to you, Miss Randall.
Sorry about that. I was working. All righty. So my name is Sharanda Ivy. Why am I echoing?
Yep.
I don't know because I seems like I hear me echoing too. So hold on.
I'm gonna mute all these people that got their camera, their mics on.
Let me see something. I'm trying to make sure it's not because of the YouTube channel too. No, YouTube. It's not. It's not the YouTube channel.
I can't mute them. You didn't make me a co-host, but there's a lot of people got their mics off.
Oh. And I need to make sure. And you know what? I don't think it's your co-host. Let me see something. Go ahead, unmute yourself and talk.
Okay, that's better.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Good.
Awesome. All righty, well, happy Thanksgiving, post-Thanksgiving, happy holidays to everybody. My name is Sharanda Ivy here in Byron, Georgia. I am a 50K ring earner, been with Legal Shield now for 9.5 years. CDLP certification training, field trainer. It's not echoing. No, I don't hear any echo now. #1 field trainer for 2019 and 2021. Emerald Elite here with Legal Shield, working in the CDLP space with small biz and just, in this space with employee benefits. And so #2 group opener for last year with the company, but all in this space. So you have a lot of opportunities in the CDLP space. And so, I hope everyone maximize your opportunity here with that. I also host the accountability call on Thursday nights. And so we'll be having that this week. Last week, we took a break because of the holiday being Thursday, of course. And so it's more of accountability. So if you would like to have some type of accountability, we definitely welcome you to come to that, but come knowing that we look for you to show up to continue to participate. So with that, Robert, I'll pass it over to you, Dunbar.
Can you hear me? All right, good, good. All right, yeah, sounds like the echo stopped, so we good on that. So Robert Dunbar, been with Legal Shield for 13 years, and let me open up my screen here. Sorry, guys. All right, been with Legal Shield 13 years. I've been a trainer for about 7 years here with Legal Shield, trained in different spaces, networking and business solutions and business plans, and then ended off training in CDLP. So I'm a certification trainer for Legal Shield with the CDLP in the CDLP space. And I am a $100,000 ring earner. I got 2 50K ringers on my team. Having a membership achievement award. I can't think of the name of it now. Whatever it is, Sharanda says she has 2 of those. I got 1 of them. Whatever that was. So it is basically just, selling the plans, right? Selling, putting the plans in people's lives so that they can protect themselves. So that's what it's about, guys. And this Monday night is really to help with sales motivation when it comes to CDLP. So we talk about everything like selling the product, how to offer it, knowing who your prospect is, understanding the industry, all the things surrounding CDL and how you should be marketing this plan, whether it's an individual plan or in a group space or a small business plan to a logistics or trucking company business owner, things like that. So that's what we're talking about. Sharanda already mentioned her Thursday call is a little bit more advanced for the people who have said, no, I've not only made a decision to sell this plan, I've also made a decision to start making calls and talking to people and walking in and taking names and really moving forward with this thing. Then you want to get on her Thursday call to make sure that you can be in that space. Because when you hear us say, not just Sharanda and I, but anybody in any kind of training, entrepreneurial, motivational conference, you'll hear people say, you're the people that you're, the 5 most people that you're around the most, the 5 people that you're around the most, you're average of those 5 people. If you're saying, hey, I'll step my game up and I am now making CDO calls, I am now having conversations with decision makers and company owners and safety directors, I am now walking in companies, I am now presenting at safety meetings, doing Zoom presentations, calling on owner operators, calling individual drivers to close them when the company said I can speak to their drivers. Then you need to be on Sharanda's call. So that's how that works. What is it saying about me? My thing? Am I echoing? I sound far away? Oh, hold on, let me cut this up.
You're fine.
I'm fine. All right, good stuff. So so just keep that in mind. That's what's happening here. So again, you want to be certified through the company with the certification training. And then you want to be able to you want to go to the Facebook page and grab the documents off the page that we have in those different areas of the page, files and all that stuff. Look at what's on the page, engage in that page. When you come here, it's really about getting up that courage and that ability and that knowledge base to say, I'm about to sell this product. What do I need to do? Those annual trainings will take you through those steps to do that. And then when you say, okay, I've done this a couple of times, I'm calling on companies, I'm getting some activity going here, I'm getting some action, things are working, boom, boom, get on Sharonda's accountability call, because now you're going to be in the space with other people that are having those same experiences, which is going to help you get from there to being a person that's on the leaderboard. Like there's some people that are on Sharonda's call that are on the leaderboard now, because they're making the calls and making the sales and being noticed by the company because of the amount of sales that they're making. So you want to go in that process so that you know that you're having some form of success, and don't do one without the other, because you're leaving something out. And if you leave something out, that potentially gives you a chance to fail. Now, I'm not saying you're going to, but there's a potential chance if you don't do things in the correct order, in the correct process. So that's what I would suggest people to do moving forward. So let's say if we have any questions. If we don't, we can, like I said, Sharanda and I, we can always talk. So that's not ever a challenge. So, but we want to make sure we're talking about what you all want to hear about, what you all need in your day-to-day business as you move forward in this space. So we want to make sure we're not just answering questions that we think y'all want to know the answer to, but you guys are letting us know what y'all want to know the answer to. So if anybody has any questions, raise your hand. And we will start there, of course, ladies first. If not, we will start talking about some things that we think may be beneficial for you guys to do, coming out with the end of the year coming and with the closeout, the season and all that kind of stuff. So where we at? Participants, anybody? Going once, go, oh, Yolanda. Look at that, good old Yolanda Brown. We can always count on you to have a question, Yolanda. That's good stuff.
Yeah. I was like, I'm going to let somebody else ask questions tonight, because I really got a lot last week. But I would like to know if there's a way that we could do like practice, like run-throughs or in the calls.
Like practice, like you mean like listening to
Prospecting.
To a person on a prospecting call?
No, like if we, like we could practice, like, like do role playing.
Oh, like a role play type deal. Yeah, we've done that before here. And yeah, we can do that. We can do like role play type stuff. Because I think that's what we did a couple of weeks ago. And it actually turned into more of a role play type thing. And yeah, that's very beneficial to people. So like, what kind of scenario are you looking for? Like, is like small business CDL individual plan?
Yes, CDL, conversation with the DM,
So a decision maker type role play where somebody's the leadership associate and somebody's the decision maker or company owner.
Exactly.
That kind of scenario. So who do you want to be?
Huh?
Who do you want to be?
I want to be the winner.
Well, hey, it could be a winner on both sides of that.
So I would like to be the associate.
Okay, so you want to be the associate, and you want to have like one of us be the decision maker. So okay, we can do that. Yeah. That's helpful. That's hopefully everybody else will get something from this too, because it'll be good. See that deal, and then we'll know kind of what you're doing. Like, because I know last week we were talking about you getting people to say you can come back or whatever, and then it's like not turned it into anything. So maybe in the process we can find out what maybe some things that you're doing.
Yeah, I wanted to clarify that it's wherever I go, I'm speaking legal shell. You know what I'm saying? So when I just speak to somebody and hand them my card and so forth, I wasn't expecting the feedback. It's not like I went out with my bag and stuff going into the field. I'm just going out, and as I'm going out, I'm running into people, and I take that opportunity, but I didn't feel that I was prepared. You know what I'm saying? For that opportunity.
But let's take that scenario though. Let's take that scenario. in that scenario, and again, this is not just for Yolanda, this is for anybody in that same headspace that Yolanda's in. Like being prepared. So even in the certification training, there's one slide that talks about being prepared, right? Always be prepared, whether you're going to a DM, whether you're going to do a group presentation, whether you're anything like that. If you are going to say something to somebody about really anything, but we're talking about Legal Shield right now, the CDL membership, be prepared for them to accept your offer. Right? That's just right. So that's not right. And this is not Legal Shield. This is sales. Right? This is sales. Just like if you were a hairstylist and you jumped out your car in the parking lot and saw somebody here not looking like it needed to look, right? And you said, "Hey girl, you should come to my salon." She was like, "You know what? I was looking for salon. I just moved here from out of town. Can you take me today?" And you like, "Oh yeah, but I'm not opening until next week." That would be crazy, right?
Right.
So it's like if you're not open for business, then don't even offer the opportunity to do the thing, right? So expect. So this is a mentality. Expect when you jump out your vehicle to give your business card out. If Legal Shield is just your conversation, because that's a good thing that you're talking Legal Shield when you meet people, right? It's automatic flow. Like, hey, you turning the conversation into Legal Shield. Having your mind, right? This is the pre-conversation. So when I'm talking sales, it's like you always have to prepare scenarios in the mirror with yourself. I don't go use your dog, use your teddy bear, use a mirror. Always play out conversations in your mind. If I jumped out of my car and I saw Anthony in the parking lot and I saw him getting out of an 18-wheeler, and I said, hey sir, how you doing? Hey, I just see you driving that truck. How long you been driving? And he says, man, I've been driving for about 15, 16 years, man. I said, you ever get any violations cited and inspected, man? I get hit all the time, man. I'm so tired of looking for attorneys in other states, and now I don't know what to say back because I'm just talking Legal Shield. And now he started talking my game back to me, and I'm like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to send this guy. I don't have nothing to give him in my vehicle, nothing. And now it's like we learned part of the deal, which is when you see somebody, let them know, talk to them about Legal Shield, bring it up so you can make it sell. But then when that person bites, you like, oh yeah, I don't really know what to give that person. You're supposed to always be prepared to offer them something. And remember what you hear me mention, we're gonna do this role play, but I'm just preparation, right? Always remember to ask questions, right? Sharane is really big on asking questions, but don't forget to ask questions about what you want to give them, right? Anthony, do you like to listen to things? Do you like to watch things, right? Or do you like to read things? Barbara, do you like to listen to things, right? So that's what I'm asking her. So I got some information I can send you on it. So you said you tired of calling an attorney. So I understand. I'm in that line of business. I got some information I can give you on that so I can help you with that situation. Do you like to read? Do you like to listen to audio, or do you like to watch videos? Which one is beneficial to you? Oh, I'd rather it be a video. Okay, I'll go ahead and shoot you over a video. What's your email address? Put the first name. You see what I mean? Boom. You don't have to close that person right there. You see what I mean? It's not about closing that person. It's about taking them to the next step. Now, if the next step is closed, then we know that's what we need to do. But in the beginning, when you meet that person, right, hear them out. So what kind of challenges are you having? I like to hear what you're dealing with. And then when that person ask some questions, because you want to ask questions that direct answers to a problem that you can solve. Right? So what's happening when you get these violations and these inspections? What's happening? Oh, we get written up, and then I got to try to find attorneys. So are you having trouble finding attorneys in different states that are transportation law firms? Yeah, that's one of the problems I'm having. And is it really time consuming? Why am I asking those questions? Because I know our product is going to solve that problem. So I want you to announce to me that you're having a problem so I can now be Superman or Superwoman, right? And say, hey, guess what? Now I'm making it niche, and it's turning into, I'm just what you're looking for, right? My product is just what you're looking for. So that's what you want to be prepared. And those things can be prepared ahead of time. Like you don't have to have 10 different scripts. You'll find in this industry, Sharanda kind of shifts the main script around to fit so that she's comfortable saying it. So you got the Lamar Reynolds script, and then she has taken some of Lamar Reynolds script and added her Sharanda style to it so that she can talk the way she needs to talk so it's comfortable to her. That's all you need to do. It's a simple pitch because it's industry. The great thing about niche industry conversation is it doesn't have to change much, because you're in that industry. So remember, you're just setting the appointment. So when you're saying, I don't know what to do, process, right? Take your steps, take a breath. Sometimes you really have to take a breath.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta be like, you gotta really take a step back and take a breath. So when you talk to that person and that conversation is getting hot and heavy, and they're like, yeah, you know what? I would like to know a little bit more about the information. Hey, I got some information I'm gonna send to you. How would you like it? How would you like the information to come? Would you like it to be something you can read, something you can watch, or something you can listen to? And if they say it doesn't matter, send whichever one you want. And then what's the next question? When would you like me to follow up with you? Right? And after that, if you feel like you cannot do the next step alone, that's what field trainers are for. If you feel like you can, until you get comfortable enough to do that. Once you set that, then you just call a field trainer and say, hey, look, I just set an appointment with a decision maker. I sent them some information. They said they wanted me to follow up on this day. Can you help me with this? Because when it gets to this point, I freeze up. Real transparent, real easy conversation. And then now that person helps you through that step. And after you work with them, because you should be on the phone with them, right? And I know that's how Sharanda works. I know that's how I work, but I know that there's field trainers generally in the company. And sometimes your field trainers will go and they'll do the work for you and say, hey, this is what happened. And that's their style. But as a person that wants to learn and do it yourself, always be present. If they're going to call that decision maker, you should be on the line so you hear exactly what they say back, how they deal with the rebuttals, how smooth that conversation goes. And you should be taking notes with your phone on silent so you know what to do so you won't freeze up the next time. Does that make sense?
Yes, that's what John and I do.
Yes, good stuff. So you already at that point. So all right, so let's go ahead and do some role play. I just want to prepare you mentally, but we do some role playing on it. On that. So now you sitting in my office, and I got a short amount of time. I have a whole bunch of time, so you ain't about to talk me to death, right? We need to get to the point because I got stuff to do as a owner operator of this company, and I got a few vehicles, right? So when you coming in, let's first start with, what do you have with you?
I have my packet, my CDL plans. I have that's with the brochures and everything. I have my business card, my postal card, and a little treat.
And a little treat. Hold on, let me.
Yeah, a little treat. A treat.
I'm checking something on my volume because my volume, guys. I'm not sure what's happening with my audio. I'm in a different place right now, so I don't know whether it's echoing. Because I'm in
two things open. Do you have two things open? That's what happened to me.
I don't believe I do.
I had two
Sound fine to me, Dunbar.
at one time. He sounds I can understand him, but he's echoing a little bit, like he's in a dungeon or something. But I can hear you.
And I think it may be the room I'm in too. So I'll figure out something. I can't do a whole bunch of
coming over that way to me. So
hold on 1 second too. Let me do something real quick. I'll see if this works. It might not, but all right. So I open one of the doors in here to see if that helps out. But, see if I still sound like I'm echoing. But so these are the things that you're gonna bring to your appointment, right? Like you mentioned, you're gonna bring those particular things to the appointment. Now, whatever you're bringing to the appointment, do you have one for you and one for me? Do you have
Sure.
One for you and one for me? Okay, great. And inside your packet, as it stands today, what's in there?
I have a brochure.
Mm-hmm.
A brochure. I have an application, and Don't know exactly offhand. I know I have a brochure, I have an application, and I think that's all that's in that envelope.
Okay, so we need to get some other things inside that folder, and I'm not gonna go into all
In
the
my
things.
folder,
right-
I thought you meant in the CDL plan packet.
No, I'm talking about whatever you're giving them. So when you sit
You
down
mean-
with me as a decision maker,
Oh,
what are you giving me?
I have my super packet and I have the basic packet, okay? And I have my business card and a postal card. I also have keychain tags in case they get the double pack. And some kind of treat, rather be candy, nice chocolate candies, or whatever I come up with.
Okay, so and what you have in the folder a lot of times is personal preference, but Sharenda, I'll have Sharenda jump in too and talk about what she puts in the folder. I'm gonna tell you like what's my folder, and you know what I mean. So you have an idea. One, I would definitely take the application out of it, because at a decision maker appointment, who you signing up?
Excuse me?
At a decision maker appointment, who are you signing up? What's the application for?
Oh, I'm signing up. I would like to sign up, come in with his workers at a voluntary rate, at a voluntary cost, and no cost to him. But if
what's the application? But what's the application in the folder for? Because you're not enrolling anybody at a decision maker, so you wouldn't need an application.
Well, he might tell me that he want to sign up his group right now. They're in the cafeteria.
Yeah, but one application inside that folder ain't gonna do that no way.
I got more than one application.
No, this is a decision maker appointment. It's not an enrollment.
Okay.
You see what I mean? So like you don't rush it that way. You can have packets. So you should always have packets in the trunk of your car, just in case somebody just in case some miracle of God, somebody stop you and say, hey, you look like you sell illegal shit. I need 20 people to roll, right? So always be prepared in your car. I'm not saying don't have that stuff in your car.
Right.
What I'm saying is when you come and sit in my office and talk to me, I wouldn't put an application in the folder. I would have in your folder, you should have the information on the company to let the company owner know that you did a little bit of homework on them, so they understand that you took the time to look at who you're about to talk to. Right? And you're gonna have the CDL membership. I wouldn't have the super in here because I don't ever talk about the super unless we need to discuss the super. Unless there's a certain circumstance going on, we don't even bring the super up because we don't want them to get the super unless they're in a certain situation. And Sharenda explains that a lot better than I do. Like what that situation is, the regular, what you want to offer is the CDLP basic and the family plan. They get more value out of that. You create a higher income for that. So you make more income, they have better coverage. So just remember when they're getting the super is like CDL and then the old $17 legal plan as opposed to the legal plan that you and I have right now today. Does that make sense? And then it's not even that in full. It's actually less than that. So I wouldn't offer the super. Plus, you gotta remember the super is not covered everywhere. You can't get the super in every state. So I never bring that to the table. I only bring it up when I've asked the questions that have them provide an answer to me that lets me know that they need a super. Then you introduce it and say, oh, you know what, because you're in this situation, it may be better if you get it. But we never put that on the table for them to look at. You see what I mean?
So when you say the basic plan, you're talking about the CDL and the regular membership?
Yeah, so when I say basic CDL, I mean basic as opposed to super. So the super is the super, and then the basic is just a regular $32.95 or $29.95 in the group space. This is the basic CDL. What you really want to market is that CDL membership, and then that family legal. You want to sell that as a combo as opposed to selling the super.
Right.
You see what I mean? So you want to have your CDL basic and your regular family plan in there. You can use the interactive flyer, or you can have one of each. You can have the family plan as a full flyer and the basic as a full flyer, if you choose to, right? You're gonna have those two in there. I always have the member perks in there because that's automatic value to me to be able to talk about that, because if somebody enrolls, they can literally start using those perks day of. So you want to always give people immediate value by saying family plan, get your will done right now. Any plan, get your perk, you can do your perks right now, automatic. So I always have that in there. I always have the sheet that has the trucker at the top and the law firm on it, because what you're doing is I am now giving Yolanda, here is your law firm, right? So this steers them away from this 1-800 call Gary or 1-800 ask Gary, right? This is not you're not calling some office that's going to find you an attorney. This is your law firm.
Right.
So when your guys have an issue, Yolanda, this right here, this is their law firm. So every one of your drivers, Riggs Avenue is their actual law firm. That's empowering to that person before they pay their money to know that as soon as they enroll, I have a law firm now. Right? So you want that form inside.
11 days.
Huh?
It activates in 11 days.
Yes, I like that.
Family plan, but if they have the family plan, then it's right there from the day one, right?
Yeah, day one on the family plan, day 11 on the CDL. And remember, even with day 11, if they need it before day 11,
25% discount.
Right, there you go. So you got the language there, right? So you got your member perks, your CDLP, your family, right? Your I can't think of the name of that sheet. And if somebody could throw it in the chat or Sharanda Howard, I can't think of the name of the sheet right now. But the sheet with the
Protect your
driver
rights on and off the road. Protect your rights on and off the road that has the CDL and the personal plan on it. That one.
Yes.
Right,
And
go ahead, Ms. Barbara.
and what's the one, Wanda? What's the name of that sheet with the law firm on it? With the truck at
Oh,
the top?
that one. Okay, I'll get that.
Oh, that's the quick guide.
Huh?
That's the quick guide.
Quick start guide. There you go. Thank you, Sharanda. So that quick start guide, I want that in there. And remember, less is more.
Yes.
So I've been through the days of 50 sheets inside of a folder thinking that I got all this information. Nobody wants to read all of that stuff. So that's how you prolong a decision when you've got so much stuff inside of a folder that people don't even want to take the time to read it. So just keep that in mind. So CDL membership, family plan membership. I use the interactive flyer because it combines the two and it saves me from having two different sheets in there. Because I want my decision maker packet thin as hell, right? Excuse my language, right? I want it to be thin because I want a person to be able to make a decision and not feel like they got to read through a bunch of stuff. So interactive flyer, quick start guide, member perks flyer inside there. Like for me, no application, I will have something on the adjudication in case that conversation comes up. And you've talked, or John and Sharanda have both talked about that sheet where it's the adjudication sheet with the young lady on there. I think it's the young lady or the young man with his arms crossed. I can't think of which way. It's two sheets. One is adjudication and one is about the personal damage to the person, and then one is about the company's damage, I believe. And hold on, let me pin you to the first screen here. So you want to make sure that you have that in there in case, because it's just letting them know that you understand the deal with the points. Does that make sense? That you understand adjudication and all that kind of stuff, so they know that you're talking their language. There you go. Thank you. You see, Adrian Smith has it up. It's the young lady with the arms crossed on that sheet. Like, I like to have that in the folder just in case the conversation about adjudication starts. Now, let me tell you what's important about that, is that you don't have to really understand that totally. The sheet will talk about it. So what I've learned to do when it comes to sales and doing the presentation, and for everybody on here, Legal Shield has given you paperwork that explains what we do and the different things surrounding that. When when you're talking to a person about something, if you put that sheet in front of them, it'll explain it. So you can simply say, Yolanda, so when it comes to adjudication, we help with those things. So this is, and it's like, if it was me talk, I would slide it across the table, but in your circumstance, it's in your folder already. so they can read it themselves and see what it is, and they understand it. We know that already anyway, right? So most of them do. So all of them don't, but most of them do. They understand it already. So you want those things in your folder. As far as you giving them a treat and all that, that's all stuff that, you know, giving somebody candy or a treat or something like that. That's something that's always beneficial to do when you're going to, you know, to talk to somebody, to bring them a gift or whatever. And I'll tell you this: be careful with bigger companies. This is a caveat for y'all. We know we talk about going after smaller companies. We understand that. Just keep in mind, because when we talk about group, when you're going after bigger companies, always ask that question, because some companies don't allow you to give the decision maker a gift, because they look at it like a bribe. So, and I'll give you my personal experience. One time I went to a company to talk to the HR rep. I had somebody that kind of got me in the back door to talk to the HR person. And when I came to the door, it was a buzzer. And when I hit the buzzer and they asked me who I was coming to see, and I told them, they asked me what I had with me, and I told them, and they told me they could not let me in with that gift, because I could not give a gift to the human resource person.
What?
Because they think that you're bribing them to buy your services. So now, I've never had that happen with a smaller company, only big companies. So I'm just telling you, if you're going to give a gift and it's a bigger company, just keep in the back of your mind that you might want to ask: Is it okay? Is it okay if I bring something? If I bring something with me when I come by? And you know, I've only had that scenario happen 2 times, so it's not. But you just know, if you're a person that likes to bring things like that, right? So the smaller company, chances are you won't have to worry about that. Decision maker is the owner. You know, small trucking company, maybe under 20 drivers, probably not going to run into that ever in that scenario, right? All right, so got your packet, got your situation going there. You sit down and talk to me, and let's go ahead and roll the tape. So you start, and I'm gonna be the decision maker.
Good evening, Mr. Dunbar. My name is Yolanda Brown.
All right, good to have you. Good to have you. I appreciate you coming by.
I'm the new service rep in the area. And I was just stopping by to let you know that we have services that may or may not be for you or your company, but I have voluntary services for your drivers that can help them with the CSA scores. You know, could help them get their tickets adjudicated. I had seen a few things on the business where you were having a few problems, and that made me want to stop by you. So how are you doing with the situations with your job? With your
I wasn't even aware of any situations. What you said, you saw some information. What information? Because I didn't know I was even having any problem.
Oh, I seen our company is in compliance. Has a few business partners, and they share information. You know, it's really public information that you could go on the site and see it. The USD DOT, all posted. Everything, you know, all of your scores, any incidents that may have happened, you know, any tickets that you have, any accidents. It's all public information.
Okay, so what did you see though that made you feel like we can? Because I don't really understand yet what you do, but what did you see that you feel like you can help me with, like with my company, like what? Because I mean, I definitely want to hear if you can help me, but help me with what? Like what did you see?
Well, right here I have a few things that I printed off on your company. I do that with everyone that I feel that I can help. If they need my help, I come to you. You know, so I seen that you had this is a list of the things that I printed out.
Gotcha.
So I felt that you could use our help. You know, do you have someone helping you with these?
Well, you know what? I'm not sure, because I don't know yet what you can help with. So you know, we got people that come by here and do certain things for our drivers. Typically speaking, if my drivers run into a situation, we let them take care of it themselves. Like, you know what I mean? We just, you know, they find an attorney or go to court and fight it or whatever. And if it's really bad that happens to, we normally just fire them anyway.
Right, but then you're still stuck with the tickets. You're still stuck with those points. You know, though you have to make sure that those those points are those tickets are adjudicated, you know? So I don't know if you know that or not, but they can pay their ticket, they can pay their fines, but they still will be lingering on you unless somebody comes in like us and we get them adjudicated.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what would you guys do in that circumstance? So does that mean that I just hire you and I don't have to worry about this no more? I mean, tell me what's going to happen.
Well, as far as your tickets that you already have, they don't fall under our plan unless it's 25% discount, then you can bring us in. Okay, for 25% discount, they can go and get your scores, check out your scores and the tickets, excuse me, not the scores, but the tickets that you've had to see if they've been adjudicated. If they haven't, they can help you get those adjudicated. Okay,
Gotcha.
but that's being that it's a pre-existing thing, it's something that already happened, it'll be 25% discount that we can help you with. And then here forward, after 11 days after your guys sign up, therefore we take care of it at no cost unless it's a court cost, you know, court fees. If your guys get a ticket in New Mexico, no, not New Mexico, let's say Texas, and you're right here in Maryland, you don't have to go back to Texas. We handle that for you. And we make sure that we give you all the information that we did and that you're clear. So you'll know what's going on with your company. You can fire all of the people that you want, but those tickets, those points could be lingering on your business. So that's where we come in at. And not just for the drivers, but we can have a business plan set up for you. And that'll protect your business.
So how does this work? I mean, am I just hiring you? You the attorney? I mean, what's going to happen?
You know, I'm not an attorney, but I am a partner to the attorneys.
Okay, so what's the name of the company?
Attorneys all over the United States.
So what's the name of the company that you work for?
I work for Legal Shield.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes, and we've been in business for over 50 years, honey.
So do I need to? So do my drivers buy the plan? Why I can't just buy the plan and if anything go wrong, you just take it off my company score and I don't have to worry about it? Because I can still file the drivers. You can just fight it for the company, can't you?
Well, I can fight the drivers. We can fight the drivers' tickets because the drivers' tickets are the drivers. Okay, and once we handle those drivers, that's going to help you get points off of your company. But you need to protect yourself as well because you have a business. So if somebody comes up to sue you or whatever, you got us right there.
Gotcha.
You know, if somebody leaves your company and you're stuck with points on your business, yes, that will help. We will be able to help you under your business plan.
Gotcha. And what is this going to cost me?
Well, your business plan, you got me there. But I will play it too. Your business plan will cost you $159.
Okay, and what is it going to cost me to protect? What's it going to cost me to protect my drivers?
Oh, it's not going to cost you anything. It's not going to cost
so
you anything,
who pays for it?
Not unless you want to give it to them as a benefit. But if not, you can give them a group rate. We can give them a group rate, and plus we waive the fees for all of your workers, so they don't have to pay the fee, you know. And plus we give them a slight discount.
So they don't have to pay the fee. So that means it's free then.
Excuse me?
You said I don't have to pay. You're gonna waive the fee, so that means it's free. I don't have to pay them.
It's free. It's free for your application. For you coming in, we have an application fee of $25. But if you come in as a group, if your work is coming as a group, that fee is waived.
Gotcha.
Plus it's $29.95. But if you'll sign up as a group, you get a discount with that as well. You only pay $24.95 for that.
So can I make them sign up? Can I just force them to sign up? Because if they're gonna protect my company, I can just make them pay the $30, right? Because I mean I pay them, so can't I just take the money out of their account
Well, sir,
How they check and just pay you?
I wouldn't say that you can make them, because this is a voluntary service, you know, but I'm sure once we come in and give them a presentation, we'll let them know the value. We will show them the value of having a plan like this. You know, and not only this, we have plans that protect their whole family, you know, so they are fully covered on the job and off the job, because their CDL license goes with them, whether they driving your truck or their car. So it's best to have them covered all the way around, and that's what we do.
Gotcha. Okay, so if they're paying for it themselves, that means that they have access to the attorneys. This is all them doing that kind of stuff. So what about me? Like, what if they call the attorney on me? Now I'm in some situation. I don't know if that's a good idea.
Well, if they sign up with a group, as a group with you, under you, they cannot sue you. They cannot come back and sue you with Legal Shield.
Gotcha.
With this plan, they cannot come back and sue you.
So they can't use the membership.
Plan.
They can't use the plan against me or any of that kind of stuff. They're going to pay for the plan. They're going to pay for the plan themselves. And how do I monitor whether or not like that they're using it to fight the tick? Because whenever these guys are getting into situations, it affects me just like it affects them. So what if they decide that they still just not going to call the law firm anyways? I'm still going to be in the same position.
Well, I tell you what you can do is have it come directly out of their checks, but you can recommend that, you know, come directly out of their checks, so you'll make sure that it's being paid every month. How about that? You know, and as far as you finding out about tickets or any points still on your business, that's what the business plan comes in at for you. We have attorneys that will go over the business with you, and they will go through your business. They will find out what points are adjudicated. If there's none adjudicated and they lingering, the company will come in and they will make sure that they get those adjudicated. And you'll be feeling a lot better having that. And your family protected as well.
All right, so we're going to stop there. We're gonna stop there just so we can talk a minute about.
Thank God.
No, hey man, look, this is and look, you and that's good. This is good role play. So I'm gonna start by telling you good job. Like you know, I mean, first of all, doing this is 36 people in here, so you have to know at this point, if you can do a presentation in front of 36 people, then you can certainly do one in front of a decision maker, which is you and that decision maker, right?
I was nervous as heck, man.
Yeah, hey, that's part of the game. You gonna be nervous. Like some people nervous every time they step on stage. Hey, make that nervous money. So that's where it's at. Now we don't have a lot of time left, so I'm gonna mention a couple of different things from you. Sharon is gonna mention a couple of things to you as well. One of the things that, and I'm gonna let Sharanda highlight this because this is one of her things that she talks about all the time. I'm gonna bring it up, but I'm gonna highlight it. You got to be really careful with mixing that conversation with that small business and that CDL membership, because you will really confuse that owner talking about both at the same time. But I'm gonna let Sharanda kind of go into that because she does a really good conversation about not like making sure they understand the different two and talking about them so that it's not running together, right? So when you're having a conversation, so when you're talking to those the company about what's happening with them, just relax a little bit more. You're nervous, don't let them see you nervous. Just make it a conversation and ask questions. You'll feel a lot more in control if you ask questions. Even some of the things that you answer and you didn't answer it 100% the way you should have, you would have still, I think you can still close your deals. Because it's not about having the perfect answers, it's about getting through the process. So just understand that, like, there's no such thing as a perfect decision maker meeting. Right? Even if you do something you shouldn't do, you can clean it up. So I think that you can definitely talk to a decision maker and get some things done with the membership. Does that make sense? So I just want you to feel confident in knowing that you can do that you can comfortably sit down and go over the information and just change your language on some things that you're saying to the owner operators. Like, make sure that they understand that clearly that we aren't guaranteeing any kind of outcome or nothing. When you go into a company to offer this as a product, make sure that they understand exactly what you're doing. You're marketing a plan to the, and make sure they understand clearly. We're helping you by helping the driver. So just make sure that they're on the same page as you. They understand that. The reason why we want to offer this to your drivers is because when they get pulled over or go through inspection, whatever they go through, when they have that circumstance happen, you want a transportation law firm to go to court and defend that situation so it can be reduced or thrown out at best, so that the information can be turned over to you as the decision maker so that you can data queue it and get those points off the company, get those the points off the driver and the points off the company. So essentially, we're here to help you, but we can't even help you unless we help the drivers. That's why it's important for us to get these drivers enrolled, right? That's the message, the real message that you want to send when if they ask you where the information came from. I still use Sharanda's line that I stole from her. Your information came across my desk, right? You can throw on there that it's public information because it is, right? And when they're saying, hey, look, so what can you help me with? We can help by making sure that when your drivers have a legal situation that hits violation, citation, right? We can have a qualified transportation attorney in that courtroom that's going to get you the best outcome. You're not always going to win every case, but you guarantee the best outcome if you got a transportation law firm in that courtroom. And if you get the best outcome, it's better to adjudicate or to data queue the best outcome possible. And if the best outcome is with a transportation law firm, that's what we're here to do. We are here to give you a transportation law firm for your drivers so that they get the best outcome, so that when you go to data queue, you got the best outcome you could possibly have to do that data queue to get those points off your company. Right?
That's one thing I could not get up in my head, the data queue.
Yeah, and that's fine. What you keep doing.
I get it. I was like, dang, adjudication.
Yeah, so and if they ask you, so do y'all data queue? No, we don't do the data queue for you guys. If you guys are looking for somebody, I'll see if I can help find somebody to do it, but we don't do that, right? Now, the law firm will data queue, but they do it at 25% discount. And I try not to get into that because I just don't like to nickel and dime my clients. I'd rather than just have an outside source that does that. If somebody asks me about data queuing at this point in my life, then I'm pretty much just gonna call Sharanda and ask her about it, because I don't know whether she could help with that or she has a part of her logistics company that can. But I just don't want the law firm doing that. I want the law firm to just go to court and deal with a transportation attorney, getting it reduced. After that, I want that to be turned over to somebody that can do data queue. That's just me on that. I don't want our law firms to do that because I don't know what they're going to charge. And when I talked to the law firm a few times about it, it seems that it was a little bit exorbitant, and I just don't want to nickel and dime my clients. I don't want to be in that part of the process. So I kind of just stay away from that personally when it comes to that. So your job is
I thought we did the data queue too. I didn't know that.
No, we don't do the data. Like I said, it's something that the law firm will do, but they'll do it at a 25% discount per instance. Yeah, so you just want to make sure that you're sticking to the script of, we're here to make sure that if your drivers get citation, violation, inspection, we have a qualified attorney to go to court and defend that. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So yeah, now I would say some more stuff about, but it's just not enough time. And I just don't think it's vital enough, because I think you did a really good job. I think you're really doing a disservice to yourself to not be doing more decision maker appointments, because you set enough of the right things that I think you can close deals. I think you just holding yourself back by not going out there and doing it. That's my opinion on it. So I'm going to turn over to Sharanda. You know, Sharanda, and just know Sharanda tougher than me, so you gotta know.
Please, child. You think I don't know?
Go ahead, Sharanda.
Look at her looking innocent, like I'm coming at you, honey.
No, I was just well, first of all, congratulations. I don't ever come at nobody. I mean, I don't work with people to come at them, but kudos to you. I mean, everybody gave you your kudos. And it does, it takes a lot to come on here and do this. But you know, a lot of that could be, you know, this call is good for that too, but a lot of that could be with your field trainer. These are the types of questions you definitely should work with your field trainer on. So you know, you can practice, and he'll be able to give you some, just like Dunbar just went on with you. You know what I'm saying? And you're brave because you're speaking up and nobody else will. So they pushing you up. They bullying you. I'm just saying, you know. So, but anyway, but one thing I will say, and you know, I've been taught that, so I've said something good. So this is the middle.
Come on.
The key to all of this is to learn your plans. Okay. Because at the decision maker meeting, nobody knows your plan but you. They don't. And true, they might not know exactly everything. They don't know when you go wrong, but you know when you go wrong. Okay. And like Dunbar said, you have to be careful with cross-selling. And I say that because when you're shaky with knowing your plans, you really can confuse people. Because with that whole conversation, you were talking about the violations. And then you told him that that business plan can help when those drivers go with those violations. That's not how that works. And I say that to say, I don't want you to go out into the market and say it wrong and do it wrong. So just be careful when you're trying to cross sell, and don't feel like you have to sell everything at the decision maker meeting. That's the great thing about what we have. We have a suite of products. And if you're only good at focus of learning the CDLP plan, know what the CDLP plan does and who it helps and who has to have it to make the company gets the best results. Because the company can't get the CDLP plan, but by the company allowing you to offer it, it helps the company. And that's what Dunbar was trying to pull out of you is, how are you going to help me? What is that going to do to help my company?
By helping the drivers.
And so the plan is for the plan has to be through the driver. The driver has to have the plan, but it ultimately helps the company as well. Everybody gets the points, but you're prospecting that company. And like, again, just working with your field trainer can help you get those words, because you talked about, you know, you was bringing in the $25 enrollment fee and all that. You walked into a company that offered as an employee benefit or a group benefit. That $25 really didn't have to come into play in that conversation. You know, so it's those type things. But like I said, you know, just go back to your field trainer and tell them what happened here.
Not on that yet. We're not on that yet. We're not on that yet. And I just took an opportunity since Dunbar said, what would you like to do? What y'all like? That's what I brought it up. But we're not on that yet. I'm listening. I'm sitting on the calls listening. That's where we at.
Okay, well, when you're listening, you can have a conversation with your field trainer and say you got some questions. That's okay to do, okay? So, I mean, because that's you listening, that gives you feedback. So just before you do whatever you do, just let him know you have some questions. Tell him you're ahead of him. Okay, and you got some questions about it.
Actually, I'm not, because
we're just trying to help you here. You came over these questions, so I'm just trying to help you here.
I have technical problems that he's working with me on. You know.
Okay, that's fine, but just it's okay to share with him that you know you did some role playing, and these are the things. This is some of the things that were pulled out, and you want to work on that, because like Dunbar said, you might, because you guys are worlds apart. You're on the East Coast, you're on the West Coast. So therefore, you might go into a company, we talked about this last week, and they're ready for you to do what you need to do. And we want you to be ready. And so that's where we want you to have that confidence. So go ahead. It's okay to ask him to help you kind of what if. Say, what if one day I'm prospecting and it leads to this? It
Mhm.
leads to more than me prospecting, and they say I'm ready to talk now. Help me to have a conversation with them enough that maybe I don't have to do a full presentation, but enough to pique their interest, and then you and I can, close it out.
Okay, thank you.
Okay?
And I would tell you, Yolanda, too, like piggybacking on what Sharanda just said about the conversation with the field trainer. So, like, outside of the whole, us doing what we do here, sometimes I'll work with people who have like therapists. So I'm coaching them in business, but they have an actual therapist in their everyday life. And one of the things we have to realize, whether it's a field trainer, whether it's a therapist, whether it's a coach, whether it's a mentor, nobody knows what's wrong with you more than you. So always feel comfortable letting that person know that you saw some challenges within yourself, and can you help me with that? I did some, like Tarana was just saying, hey, I did some role playing just to I wanted to see how it would play out if I did a presentation with somebody. And when I did that, I saw these things. What should I do about that? You see what I mean? Because that lets that therapist, that mentor, that whoever know that I'm working on me on off hours. Does that make sense? As homework, I'm working on myself, and I'm bringing back to the table issues that I saw with me, because me being a coach, it always helps me when a person identifies a challenge within themselves, because I probably have dealt with that before, and I can now give them, hey, do this exercise, do that exercise. And I'm always excited when that happens, because that tells me that you're not just dealing with these issues when you're in front of me. You're gauging this stuff when you're not in front of me. So for your field trainer, they're thinking like, okay, good. So she's preparing, she's practicing, she's engaging when we're not engaged.
Right.
Which helps that process and helps that relationship. So that's definitely a good thing to do. I would definitely suggest that you have a conversation with that field trainer. You know what I mean? And let them know. And I think now you're getting a little bit of help here, a little bit of help there. And I think, right, you'll be on that leaderboard. You'll be on that leaderboard for selling memberships at Right, because it takes the transparency of you saying, hey, I need some help. Like, this is a huge step that people won't take. People won't take the step of saying, that's a big step to be on a call on a Zoom with 30 some odd people and raise your hand and say, can I role play? That alone that's a huge step. So when you're willing to take that step and then be critiqued afterwards, that's big. And now all you gotta do is just take your field trainers information, what you're hearing on this call, put that stuff in practice, and you're gonna be like, right, you're gonna get better and better and better, and you're gonna realize that this is just about understanding the game. This is just sales. This is not even about the CDL. This is not about Legal Shield. This is about, I know how to sell what I offer. I understood my product. I knew how to make that person feel like I had their best interest in mind when I was selling this product to them. And once you master what it does and what it doesn't do, you never disappoint at that point, because you can deliver the information correctly. And like Sharanda was just saying, the great thing is you can always go back and make that other sale. Get that other sale hammered out, right? Once you make that, the other sale is easier anyway. Once you make that sale and you got it right, they didn't already let you talk to their people and do the groups, and then you come back and say, hey, I know we spoke about that small business plan. I want to get this business taken care of first. Let's go back and look at protecting your company as a whole, because you have a business and you need to make sure that legally you're protected. And now you have that conversation and you knock that down and get right, and then get your referral.
Oh, so that's the difference. So I should have just told him, let me handle your drivers first, because that's going to help your business. And then I'll come back to you after I set these guys up.
Yeah, that's one way. That's one way. Like, some people will try to close it all the time. Oh, Sharanda, you said something, I can't even see it.
Sharanda, how would you have handled that if he was talking about his business and I was trying to sell it?
Well, honestly, first of all, you got to know your plan going in. What is your plan? Who are you? Are you going in just to offer the drivers a plan? Or are you going in just to learn about the company and see what type of problems the company's having? By asking questions, those are the questions you're asking. He might be dealing with business issues. And so you go in, because you've researched the company, you know, that's the hope. And that's what gives you the ability to feel confident enough to prospect them. So just seeing in the decision maker meeting, it's the questions you ask. But again, you got to have a plan going in. What is your plan going in? Are you going in just to offer the CDL and legal plan to help with the violations and things that you've researched? Or are you going in and just going to learn about the company as a whole and see where the conversation goes? And all that it comes with skills, and it doesn't happen maybe all at one time. So that's why I would feel that it would be helpful for you to know what your end goal, what are you looking to do? Right. So if you feel confident of going in and asking a whole bunch of questions and see where the ball may land or which way it may go, because what I've learned is that, yeah, we know the CDLP plan helps their company, but when you're going in and you're just banging that about the driver, that guy might say, I'm worried about my company, and he doesn't see that the violations is his company. So you have to be careful with that. But you as the associate, you as the expert, when you go in, you should have a game plan, you know, because you got to think about it. Alan is the #1 CDLP producer in the company and has been for years. Alan is not selling small business plans. His focus is CDLP and legal plans. He ain't selling ID Shield. He's going in. He's having a conversation with the decision maker, and the 2 products that he is offering is CDLP and legal. That's his focus. That's his plan. And he doesn't stray away from that. He's not saying, but on the back side, we got ID Shield. He's not doing that. But on the front side, we got small, but he's not saying that. He is selling CDLP and legal plans. So he has a plan. That's his focus. That's what he's doing all day, every day. So that's why I asked you as the associate, what's your focus? What are you going to go in with? Or you say, well, I'm going to master just focusing on CDLP and legal plans first. When I close this client, eventually I can go back and I can cross-sell them on other products that may help them. Or are you going to go in and try to just sell the whole suite and see which piece they choose? You know, but I will say that comes with skills.
Right.
You know.
Right. So I didn't come in asking questions. I came in telling him what was going wrong, and that wasn't wrong.
That was wrong. Yep.
I wasn't prepared. Look, here we go again. I started to run, but all of y'all was looking at me. With them, I said, okay, so
I don't say that to be bad. I say that to say
no, I don't take it at all.
You really don't want to go in telling them all about Legal Shield, because that might not
train us
be
like that. Y'all didn't train us like that. Y'all didn't train us like that, you know. But like I said, this is good, you know, because by me being scared, I really didn't do everything that y'all told me to do, you know, because I've been here for a while, you know. I just got the cold feet and forgot to even go with the program. Really, I didn't have a plan, because Dunbar called me right out like everybody else would do. So you got to be ready. You got to be ready. So I just fake it till I make it, you know. But I really should have been asking questions. But since he said, since you know, then tell me. So I started telling them, you know. So y'all
was role playing, Yolanda. You may have never been in that environment. You might not ever done a decision maker meeting. Well, he did what a decision maker can do to you. They'll say that to you. So he did that to you because that's what they'll do to you.
Mm-hmm.
Especially what you're talking about. I looked up your company. Well, tell me what you saw. That's what they gonna say. Well, tell me what you see.
Yes.
That's the deal. And role playing is good, guys. For that reason.
Took me right off the scope of what y'all taught me. But that's good. I appreciate y'all. Thank you
No,
so much.
absolutely, absolutely. No, that's and like again, we're glad that you stepped up and did that. It's beneficial that you did it. I think other people, obviously, from what I saw in the chat, other people benefited from what you just did from doing that role play, because you need to hear and understand that there is no there's no way that you're going to learn outside of doing a role play and going out there, because it's going to always be different. Some people don't have no questions. You say what you say and they just bite. And some people ask you 1,000 questions. That's
You
how
know
it works.
that if it, you know, you did good, and you seem to be the ringleader here. So that's good. They're pushing you up because they know you got courage. They ain't gonna say nothing because they know you're gonna speak up. But I will say this, and Dunbar and some of the others who's been here, since I've been here, this is what I did every week. I would go out into the field and I would work, and I would come back here on Monday nights, and Lamar and Dunbar would do just what he just did to you. They did that to me. But that's how I learned. I came here, and Lamar would train us and teach us, and I would go out and do. I didn't have a field trainer.
Mhm.
And I would come here every Monday night, and he would tape what I did. If I had called him or if I called Dunbar, they used my testimony as a teaching tool.
Mhm.
And it taught the platform and it taught me. So you go do, and you come back and you ask questions, or you work with your field trainer 101 and you learn. But you go do versus continue to come here and just gather. That's not to you.
Yes, it is.
'Cause no,
Yes, it is. That's what I've been doing. I've been gathering up for about a year.
okay, well, obviously but you told us last week you were at a position where you wanted to prospect. You didn't want them to say nothing. You just wanted to prospect. But that's what I'm saying. Nothing what you're doing is wrong. You continue to speak up, because nobody else is. And trust me, they're listening too. But activity and learn knowledge and all that, those are steps. But you're really going to learn when you go do activity. You come back and learn, and you go back and you apply, and you do that. And so kudos to you.
Thank you. Back at you, and back at you, Dunbar.
All right, good stuff. No, that's good stuff.
Thanks a
guys.
lot.
It's 9:55, so of course, like every week, we way over the time we supposed to be. But thank y'all guys, 32 people, for sticking with us, and thank you, Yolanda, for allowing us to be able to train through the experience with you and doing role playing, and it does help. It really does help everybody when you do that. It encourages everybody as well. So so thank you for that. So guys, Thursday, Sharanda Ivy, accountability call. Next week, Monday, we'll be back here again to help out anywhere we can. We'll love it if somebody else over the next 7 days just pray about it and ask, do you want to be the next person that does a role play? So we so we can have another experience to ask somebody else, right? Even if you seasoned, even if you somebody that says, you know what, I've actually gone out and done some of these before. That's fine. It doesn't matter whether you're inexperienced, experienced, or in the middle. It doesn't matter, because every time you go and do a decision maker appointment, it's different. So it doesn't matter, because some people, they know everything when they're talking to you. Some people know nothing. Some people know nothing and think they know everything. Right? So it depends on who you're talking to, what they say to you, but you'll learn over and over again. These things will, like, it keeps you on your toes, right? So for anybody on here who have children, you already know, right? It's like having kids. Like, your kids will keep you straight. They keep you on your toes. If it's not, even when they get grown, they still keep you on your toes. So they make it so you won't miss a moment when you got kids. I got 3 and a grandchild, and it's like, boy, they ain't gonna let me get old. I miss nothing with them. Because they keep you on your feet, they keep you moving. So if you go out and work this business, that is something that I learned. That was my funnest time, I would say. And I'm a person that goes out. I really used to enjoy getting up and going to 10, 15 companies door to door. And it's just, what's the experience? What happens when I went in there? Walking into a place and talking to a person and just engaging with them and seeing what my presentation lands. When I talk to that company, how they feel about what I say to them, whether it's going to lead to an appointment. And you'll be astounded sometimes how somebody will give you a really hard time. And a month later, you closing them and they're giving you a referral. And somebody that's shaking their head, yes, from the first time you open your mouth and act like they understand everything, won't buy nothing from it. It just happens all kind of ways. So it's a great experience. So like prospecting can be fun if you make it fun. So thanks for you like doing this and giving people that experience. So hopefully next week we can do a role play with somebody else if they want to step up. But we'll see you guys next week. They cheering you on YouTube too, just so you know, Yolanda. They on YouTube too, saying great presentation. We appreciate it. So good stuff.
Yeah, I told them thank you. I didn't even see that because I was too entwined in what Joe was saying. I got to get this thing right.
That's right. That's what it's about.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. I hope you guys are having a great holiday season, and we look forward to. Oh, do I sound any different now? I made some adjustments like Sharanda was talking.
Yes.
Does it sound any different now? I tried to adjust something on my volume, but I think it's this new place that I'm in, this new room I'm in, I should say.
No, it sounds much better.
Good stuff. All right, guys. You guys have a great rest of your week.
Good night, all.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
Thank
Good night.
Everybody.
Thanks,
All
Joe.
right, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Good
night,
All
everyone.
right, y'all figure out who's next for next week now. Y'all got a whole week.
Oh,
I
part two for you.
only had a few minutes, y'all. Come on, let's kick butt.
All right.
Hey, we'll get it.
did great.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, can you hear me? Anybody hear me?
Ken.
Oh, great. Okay. Yeah, have a good evening. No, I didn't have a
You
question.
too. I had my head down. I'm still responding to these YouTube people.
All right. We'll see you next week. Thanks a lot, Yolanda. You did great. If you're still here.